All right, we're live. Welcome to the Motorsport Supercross or Motocross Roundtable. I am your host. I just went with the Motorsport thing.
You're fired.
That was last time.
You're fired.
Well, anyways, welcome to the Hangout, the Roundtable. We're here to basically recap the motocross season. I'm already getting into Supercross mode, as you can tell. I'm pretty pumped about what went down. We had Ken Roczen, Jeremy Martin, both win the championships this last week. Actually, Martin clinched a week early, but Roczen wrapped it up this week. We got a little partying from Roczen to talk about. We have Matty Rice here that was at the post race. I guess what it would be the award gala they call it now, Matty.
Shalom. Yeah, I don't know. They called it the kegger before we got in, but then it just turned into like an actual banquet in a banquet hall.
Nice. So Matty will be able to talk a little bit about what went down there, about the celebration afterwards, about Roczen doing burnouts, the kegger, and everything that went down in Utah. Right now they're at a hotel room in Ohio, snuggled up together. Internet iffy, I guess at best. They're out there for the Baja Brawl, so they'll be able to talk a little bit about what's going on up there this week in Ohio. Yeah, we got a lot of cool stuff going on, and as normal, like I already talked to Matt, we got Matt next to him there in the hotel room.
Hello.
MXPTV. We also have Chase Yoakum down below with MotoXaddicts.com hanging out.
What's up?
Word.
You're both fired.
So yeah, we're all kind of in off-season mode, but it's in the media. It's definitely not our off-season. We got to work twice as hard to go out and gather content because stuff's not going on. So that's why they're down in Ohio. But so yeah, tell us what you're doing down there, guys, in Ohio.
Well, we're in Ohio on the way to Michigan right now. We're going to, again, the Baja Brawl race. It's a big event. I mean, they ran it, I guess,
It's been going for a long time.
It's been going for quite a while. I don't know how many years exactly, but yeah, the race is, I got called up this week about doing it. I wasn't, last minute call about doing it, so we're like, yeah, we'll go out and cover it and everything. So, but yeah, the race is, it's a fun race. It's more fun than anything else. It's not really much of a serious type of race, I think, but it's a lot of fun. There's a lot of stuff that happens at night. I mean, there's the race? Pit bike races.
Pit bike. I know when I was there, they had a wakeboarding contest, but I'm not sure if that's still on the schedule. Belly flop contest. There's a BMX contest where they jump into the lake. It's a best trick. Pit bikes, UTV races, a slip and bleed.
Ouch.
Oh man, they got a lot.
Yeah, they got that. I mean, they
Skate
got
contest.
the
Skate.
Skate. Yep. You said belly flop contest, right? So.
Yeah. If you're skinny like me, don't even bother signing up. You're not gonna win.
Yeah. And then obviously there's a lot of good amateur racing going on as well. There's practice starts tomorrow, then it's Saturday, Sunday, Monday is racing. So it's a lot of stuff that goes on, a lot of racing, and gotta cover it all. So we're gonna try to cover it all, and it'll be good. And got a lot of fun. We got Michael Pfizer helping us with the coverage as well. So he's actually, I think, there now or there tomorrow. So we'll be good, and it'll be fun. It's a fun race when it comes down to it. You know, obviously the serious side of it is doing racing good. There's a pro-am going on as well. I think that's on Sunday, I think, and then there's the WMX round. The next round of the WMX series is also here. So a lot of good racing going on. So we'll be good.
What's going on in that WMX series? Do you have any idea of like who's leading that?
Women.
Well, I know.
I believe it's Mackenzie Tricker, I guess, is leading
Yeah,
it.
she's got it covered. I think she's actually back in Australia.
Or she come back for this one?
I don't know. You're allowed to miss 2. That's the rule. You can basically get a bye on 2. So if you do all 8, you could just pick your 2 worst and just scratch them. So she might be coming back for the last 2. I'm imagining. I don't know.
Yeah.
I saw she was in Australia. I don't know if she's coming back.
There's probably going to be a good turnout though too. It's like you have that thing over at Redbud going on as well.
Yeah, and that one I think it's an 18-plus-year-old event. Like I saw, like I don't know if there's any mini classes racing it.
Okay.
So because I know the casino is like the biggest sponsor of it, so maybe that's probably why. But yeah, there's like a $50,000 purse I saw or something. So it should be that at least the 8 guys will be definitely there. I think I know Jimmy Dakotas is going there and a few other guys, so it'll be should be some good racing there too. So, but But now we'll be at the Brawl this weekend. We'll be at Baja Acres, so it should be, like I said, it's 4 days of racing. It'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah, it should be cool. I know they have like goon races and all that stuff too.
Oh yeah.
And I have assumed that a lot of the riders, I think, I guess Weston Pike's not racing it, but like Nick Way and Jimmy Albertson, those guys, I guess they set it up to where you can race the Soaring Eagle Casino race and then head over to Baja Brawl on Sunday and still do the race over there. So it might bring more riders.
What was that?
People used to do that with the when Steel City was near the end here. They used to run Saturday and then they'd come in on Sunday.
Yeah, it's a killer event, and the dirt's great. If you guys are anywhere near that place, go to Baja Brawl and check it out. Hang out with these two guys in their hotel room.
No.
Maybe not. But yeah, so we got Ken Roczen won the championship this week. I mean, it's no surprise he went into the event with a 20-point lead. All he had to do was pretty much go 6-5 and wrap it up. Is anybody at all surprised that Ken Roczen is the champion this year?
Nope.
Everybody?
Well, for me, I think he's a favorite coming in, obviously, and obviously, it was him and Dungy as well, and a lot of riders had injuries. Obviously, Tomac coming in a few rounds in, or 4 rounds in, whatever it was, late, with the injury he had. So, he definitely one of the favorites coming in. It's great to see him get a title in the 450 class, being right from Germany, things like that, So that's a really great storyline for him coming with that. So it's great, and I think it's really good for him. Really good for him. I mean, it's obviously Banquet celebration has been definitely a step up as far as past 50 champions. So he definitely killed it. So it shows in his the way he is. He's a very emotional rider as it is, and that's a good thing. That's a good thing to see out there, and riders do that and be not afraid about it. I think it's great, and props to him. I mean, rode awesome all year long, and hey, 450 champ, big deal.
Yeah. Before we talk about his celebration, which is obviously going to be a point of contention for some, Chase, do you think Roczen wins it if there's no mud in Indiana, or do you think Dungy had the momentum and it just looked like his title?
Nah, I don't know. I think Roczen still had it. Yeah, I mean, it's just one of those what ifs. I mean, it didn't end up happening that there was a lot of mud there. So I mean, it's hard to tell. But I mean, Dungy was definitely on a a good little roll there. He definitely had some momentum, and then just had some bad luck at Indiana. It is what it is, and Roczen rode in it, same conditions, and ended up beating him. So. I think Kenny was going to win it either way, in my opinion.
Yeah, what do you say to the guy that says there needs to be an asterisk because there's a mud race in motocross?
I would probably say exactly what Ken Roczen said to that one fan that.
Lick my balls.
I'm just.
That's what he said.
I know. I thought that was awesome. It was hilarious. So, I mean, good for Kenny. I mean. To be honest, I mean, if somebody's going to call you out like that, they, have to expect to be, called out right back, and he kind of let him have it. So that was kind of, I thought it was funny. So post-race celebration too, it was awesome. I mean, he deserved that beer, so good for him.
What do you guys think of all the backlash? There's a lot of people out there that think he's not 21, therefore he shouldn't be having a beer. He's the bad influence on the kids. He's a role model, all that stuff going on. What do you think, Matty?
Good.
Yeah, good.
Well, I don't care. I think it's awesome. It's the way it should be. Who gives a shit about the underage drinking? Oh, like he's the only one who's ever done it. He's German.
Plus, it's illegal to drink in Germany as far as the age goes. Yeah, so.
Yeah, I mean,
18, I think.
I think it's like 16 for beer and 18 for hard alcohol.
I know, like in Sweden, it's 18 to drink. Like in a bar, you could drink, and you could buy alcohol in a bar, but you can't go to a liquor store and buy it until you're 20.
Well, I think there would still be people out there that even if he was 21, having an issue with the fact that he's a role model and kids are watching this. And do you guys think there will be any backlash at all, any any repercussions for Roczen with this whole deal?
No, I don't think so at all. You know, the dude's celebrating a championship, and in this day and age, you know, the way things are. I mean, obviously, you know, I mean, we don't have any video of. I mean, there may be some, I don't know, but
Of what?
Bob Hanna winning a title and what he did after it, I don't know. I mean, do we have any of that? No, but you know, it's more accessible to do that. You know,
Yeah.
these things, man, these phones, man, they get everything. So I mean, you know, a bunch of riders are getting it. So it's
I think if we were gonna hear anything, we would have heard something by now. I mean, that was fucking years ago.
I think it's just not a. It's kind of a non-issue. It comes down to it. You know, it's great to see someone's. I mean, we haven't seen that in the sport in a while. It seemed like, you know, where someone just lets out all that emotion, and it's just so, you know, truly celebrating. You know, that it's nothing that's going to lead, I don't think, to people like, you know, as far as, I don't know, riders look at it to as role model, but I don't think that's going to lead to anything, to be honest with you. If it does, then that's the parents' fault for, you know.
It's gonna lead to some wild kids, man. Yeah.
I mean, we're not going to. I mean, I don't think there's going to be an influx of 65 riders just with, you know, Budweiser's at the freaking podium at Lorez or some crazy things like that. So I'm sure you probably, yeah.
But
down his throat.
Yeah. I mean, we're not going to see that. You know, I mean, it's again, you win something that big. I mean, Kenny's been working that for so many years to try to get that title. Why, you know, do what you got to do. You know, if you've worked hard at it, basically your life to get to that point, it should not be a bad thing. You know, and hopefully, you know.
I mean, like, Reed was basically like, he was going to pour it either down his throat or on him, so I would have been drinking it too. I mean, I don't want beer all over me.
Yeah.
Sticky and crap.
Yeah, and especially, like, it's like, you know, you're celebrating like that, why do you kind of want to hold back? No, I mean...
Yeah.
I mean,
you know.
Chad Reed is kind of one of his idols, too. He grew up idolizing the guy. Now here he is. He wins the championship, and you got Reed pouring a Corona down your throat. I mean, it really doesn't get better than that.
Yeah, it's again, it's awesome. I love it. You know, hopefully there's more of that. You know, but as far as more emotion shown as far as that goes, like that. So because that's, you know, some riders that win titles. I mean, riders in the past that won titles, and it just seems like, you know, you want a 450 title, great, and it's like, yeah, well, thanks for sponsors, that's it. You know, we want to see that emotion because, you know, gets everybody fired up, to be honest with you. So.
I'm pretty sure his celebration in 2011, I think he was 16, was pretty much the same. I remember videos going out with him drinking and partying, and they were in the shop, the KTM shop, doing burnouts, and he was only 16 at the time, and there was nothing said back then in the GPs. I tried finding the video all week, but I couldn't find it. I think either KTM or someone got it deleted back after. But yeah, it was pretty much the same deal, just different continent. And so I guess we're a little more. I mean, we'll send you to fight at Warren's, but you can't have a beer.
Yeah, and hey, and especially Canada when I was up there. I mean, I didn't stay for any of the partying stuff, but I'm sure they partied their brains out and drank everything. I mean, I saw the preparation going into it, so I was like, yep, they're gonna go all out. So,
Drinking gasoline.
you know, I don't know.
The drinking age up there is like, what, 19?
19, yeah.
Yeah, and everyone's pounding down Molson, so hey, it's all good.
Well, I just hope Reed didn't get that Corona in Utah, because I know their alcohol level's a little lower than everywhere else.
Yeah.
All right, well, one more thing to talk about from Utah. Trey Canard, finally, first win on a 450. I mean, long time coming. He's obviously won in Supercross and has been expected to win a long time. He hasn't really looked like the Trey Canard we see now since his title back in 10. So, I mean, what do you guys think? I mean, 1-1.
No, it was awesome to see. You know, they said that he switched, I believe, from Showa to, was it KYB suspension the past couple rounds. Seemed to do wonders for him. I mean, the two previous rounds before that, he picked up a moto win and capped it off with a 1-1. So I don't know if that had anything to do with it or what, but I mean, if it did, I mean, it's, you know, it was a good change for those guys apparently. So, but no, it's awesome to see that for Trey. I mean, such a good dude. You know, has worked so hard to come back from all the injuries, and to see him finally get that win was awesome. I don't think you'll be seeing him pounding down beers, but it was pretty neat.
That would have been an unbelievable Instagram.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to see that anytime soon.
Yeah, but overall, I mean, again, like Chase said, that the comeback for him is just it's impressive what he's done. So I think it's awesome again for him to, end the year off like that and go right into what Monster Cup and obviously going right into Supercross with that confidence. I think that's huge for him. So and hopefully we see more. Hopefully A1 he goes swinging again there. So we'll see.
Yeah, he won like 4 of the last 6 motos since they made the switch. Matt, do you think there's much to the KYB Showa thing? Is it mental, or do we have
I mean, there's mental, and I know there's a lot of components that go along with the KYB. It seems like that. I mean, you look at Showa and KYB. I mean, there's you have 2 different companies there. There's 2 different philosophies and what and how they work. So, and I know pretty much Honda, they were kind of like they wanted to make sure that they kind of I know at least the team manager I heard he was just like knows that Honda is a team to ride for and stuff, and they wanted to make sure that they had the best stuff they can do and, to make their bikes that good. So, and it's, obviously I know Showa is involved with Honda and stuff, or vice versa, actually. And the KYB, I mean, it's, as of right now, I mean, obviously results have shown that it's doing well for Trey, and I would say, if it works out for Supercross, if they still use KYB, I'd say it's a mental thing too, because riders are mental cases when it comes down to it. So because they want to make sure, that suspension's right and everything. So especially suspension, where it's such a finicky science, it's the way it is. So we'll see how the Supercross testing goes with it, but outdoor wise, it looks solid for him.
Yeah, Freddy didn't get the KYB, did he? There, Matty, was he like raising hell there? How he was getting screwed at Factory Honda?
What would he have to complain about, honestly? Freddy. You're like, oh, is my dog okay?
I mean, he's not getting the best components. He's Factory Honda.
So what? He came from a van.
Down by the river.
Freddy's just happy to finish. All he said, he said he didn't want to crash, but he did. Twice.
Finished 10th overall, though. I mean, that's awesome.
Because he's amazing, and he's Freddy. And he's awesome. I love him.
I know you talked to him. Does this? You guys think this is going to turn into anything for Freddy next year?
I mean, we'll see. I mean,
maybe we'll see.
He'll fill in somewhere, I'm sure, and if he will have a spot somewhere. I mean, yes, Supercross will be a little bit, is this rough spot? That's obviously not the best results there. Obviously, outdoors does really well. So, I mean, there's a lot of options for him what he can do. I mean, there's the options of just completely skipping Supercross and really get, by then, not hopefully, I shouldn't say that, but more if a rider does, get injured and stuff, he could be a perfect fill-in once the outdoors starts up. So, there is that option. There is, obviously a full legit team, a factory team, but that's all filled up now. And it could be like a lesser known team or a startup team, that's kind of been around for a year or two or something like that, and they're looking for that next rider, So, we'll see. I think he'll fit in somewhere definitely. I mean, you've ridden for Factory Honda, you've proven that you're a top 10 finisher outdoors in the 450s. Got to be somewhere, and he'll be a great fill-in for somewhere, definitely. But he'll be somewhere. I don't see him being privateering it, again. He's got to be somewhere, And then, again, by the outdoors, someone may get hurt or something like that, and the door opens up, and he'll take advantage of it. And I think with Freddie, I mean, it seems like whenever he rides, it's like, he don't care what bike he's on, really. He's KTM's this year, he was on earlier, Suzuki year before. Throw him on a bike, he'll do the damage for you. So, and that's it. So that's how I see it.
With the way he rode, I could see a GP team looking at him really heavily. Does he ever talk about possibly ever going back there and doing GPs? I mean, he's a motocross specialist basically. I mean, by the way his skills are.
Yeah, and again, that's another option for him too. There's another option there. He can do that too, but I don't know if he's had any offers for that as far as we know. I mean, Utah just finished 6 days ago.
He did get a couple.
He did a couple.
So it was earlier when I first took him, but it was nothing like come here now over Honda. it was just talk.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to go there. I know that.
Another battle that went down. I mean, Jeremy Martin wrapped up the 250 title a race early. He went out and just completely, annihilated the field again. Looked like he was back to his Glen Helen, Hangtown form. But there was a battle for second overall, and Baggett ended up outlasting Webb in the second moto. They were tied going into the final moto. What do you think about the battle for second? Do you think it mattered, Chase? I mean, we talked about it last week, whether it mattered or not. It kind of seemed like it did.
Really, I think last week whenever I was talking, I thought really Cooper was going to be the guy that was going to be really fired up. But, I didn't even think about, Blake's looking for a ride. So, I mean, like somebody mentioned last week, I can't remember if it was Matt or if it was you, Dan. You're only as good as your last race. So, I mean, I know he wanted to go out there and put on a good show. And he definitely did that. I mean, 3-3 overall for second overall in the day. I mean, he's definitely done better, but, it was enough to get second in the points, and I'm sure that he's happy with that. I mean, you gotta look at that. As whoever's second in the points. I mean, damn, the only person that beats you is the champ. So it definitely was probably big for him. I don't think you really got any extra money or anything, but from Kawasaki or Pro Circuit or whatever. Somebody mentioned I think last week that they don't really have a bonus program for finishing the top three, but it was definitely a good race for him. I'm sure he's after Cooper's comments and stuff. I think it was at Muddy Creek and stuff to be able to get second in the points and to really chase him down and pass him in that second moto to get in that second place position in points was had to have felt at least somewhat of a victory.
Yeah. Either way, Martin was 15 seconds gone in both motos. They never saw him. Matt, you think the pressure was off, so he was just basically back to what he was doing at Glen Helen?
What was that, Dan?
Yeah, what?
Yeah, you were breaking up there. What was that, Dan?
Oh, I said Martin winning by 15 seconds each moto. I mean, to me, it looked like the pressure was just gone again, and he was just going to go out and ride, which is basically what he did at the beginning of the year. I think it's just one of those deals. I just went out, ride, did his laps, and he's 15 seconds faster than everyone.
I don't know why he did. He didn't need to. I guess it's just how he's wired. Just go out there. I mean, no pressure. If you got no pressure on you, why don't you just relax? And I don't think he knows how to do that. So.
Yeah, no, it was almost like he just wanted to show everybody, yeah, I'm the champ. This is why. And pressure.
That sucks though for like Cooper and Blake. That guy out there, like, that's my points. You suck. And he just goes out there and just murders them.
What I heard is Cooper's structure did have a bonus for second. Baggett's didn't. Yeah. Baggett gets it.
Baggett didn't really care, it didn't seem like. Now, he was talking in the press conference, and he was just like, nah, I didn't get a bonus. What are you going to do? I don't care. Then even like in the banquet, he was like cracking jokes. Cooper didn't seem too pumped, but I mean, Cooper.
So let's talk about the banquet. What I heard there was a light turnout. What was it like? I mean, I know it was in Utah, right in a big, huge banquet facility, right on the premises. I guess it won't be next year because they swapped with Indiana. But what was the banquet like this year?
I didn't think it was light. I thought it was pretty good. It was cool because it was like an actual banquet facility. It had 2 rooms, a big showroom, and had all the tables and stage set up. They had an outdoor tent set up, and the tables filled up. They had everybody all seated, and the riders weren't there, obviously. It was
that's what I heard.
But it didn't matter. Who needs riders? Whatever. I mean, the few that you wanted to be there were there because they were top 3. And it was like, yeah, they did some top 10 guys, and the guys who really cared about their award that worked for that award, like Freddy getting top 10 and Pike and Meddy and Short, those guys showed up. But everybody else just kind of, I heard Purcell was gone before they were even over. Cool, I got a bunch of meal tickets. That was pretty awesome.
Did you eat a bunch of meals or just one?
No, I only ate one. Like, have you seen me? I'm little. Like, I'm staring at my Chipotle right here, and I'm like, I'm hungry for it, but probably won't finish it. I don't know why they gave me so many. And then I heard because Reed, what was it? What were they saying? Because Reed didn't finish top 10, they were going to give him meal tickets or something, and then they did because it's Reed. And technically, I could have fed the Reed family.
Well, I mean, the facility gets a lot of flack for being not motocross, for being on a flat.
That place is awesome.
Yeah, well, that's what I was going to say. What are your thoughts overall on the facility, the track,
I think
this year versus last year?
Seriously, who cares? It's a dirt bike track. You're getting to see the fastest guys in the world.
Yeah.
And you're at a cool place. It is a cool facility. Salt Lake is awesome. You can ride go-karts, and I didn't, and I hate myself for it. But
fair though, you're on the track, Matt. I mean, you have a great seat. I hear the viewing from the stand.
Viewing's pretty bad.
Did you venture out to the stands at all to see what everybody else is looking at?
Well, there's not really nobody's in the stands. The stands are so far away. Everybody's up against the fence. You're basically on the road course. So basically everything from the garage through pit lane I guess that would be pit lane, and then right out on the front stretch and the final corner and through a couple of little last corners. That's all wide open. People are just walking. They even have vendors set up on that.
Yeah.
Other than that, nobody's in the stands. It's too far away. It's outside the fencing. There's not really any bleachers set up inside. And again, the infield, there's no infield really. Even us walking through it, there's only enough space for a couple carts to go through and us walking. So it's, everything's built up from flat, and I don't know, it's not the best viewing track. I'd hate to be a spectator. But that's why they have go-karts, so you can go do some go-karts.
As far as the track goes, I thought it looked a lot better this year. The dirt obviously was better without the dust storm. What did you think of the track overall?
Well, the dirt was better because it rained so much. But I thought it was cool. I'm completely biased. I could care less how the track rides. As long as it shoots good, I'm happy. And it shot great. It's a really cool track to shoot. It's got mountains in the background. There's some big jumps. Everybody kind of airs it out. Like I enjoy shooting there. I have no problem shooting at that place. As far as the riders are concerned, I mean, I guess mixed reviews. That it was a little too short. Maybe just add a couple more corners, even it out from last year. I guess it was a little too long and way too dusty, and they got things to do. They got to work.
Yeah, make more. Yeah, like more turns at least, because it seemed like it was a fast track overall. So
they had a VIP area set up in the infield, and I think it was too muddy for them to walk to it. It was pretty much like surrounded by a moat because there was so much mud. I don't know what they're gonna do. Last year it was a dust storm. This year it was a quagmire.
Yeah.
And then it was okay for the last moto, a little bit dried out, and it was pretty good, and it raced well, and it got rough. But how are you going to make it like that on a clear day? Because we already saw what it was like on a clear day the first year, and it was pretty terrible.
Yeah. What are your thoughts, Matt, on new school versus old school?
I think, it really depends who's watching, obviously. I think the new school side of things, would be, the reason why obviously MX Sports goes to Miller is just to, try to bring people that want to, help support the series and bring on, new sponsors, things like that. I think it's a great way of getting, new companies on board, new outside companies to come in, because, you bring a guy, some corporate guy in, if he's in a suit and tie coming to the race and stuff, throw him at Unadilla, mud race, then forget it. It's for the pit stuff, it's gonna be nasty. So
Indiana.
Or even Indiana, exactly. So so on that side of it, I understand why. You're at a really nice facility, and it's a different pace for the teams as well. The teams have, tracks like Unadillas, tracks like they're just out there in the farm fields and stuff. They kind of have to just long. Like for Unadilla especially, it's Utica is the closest city, and it's where the hotels are. It's like 45-minute drive easy. So, and it's pretty far away from the track for most of the track guys. So, for the race teams, things like that. So, I think, We'll see. I like that. It changes it up. That's what I like to see. You know, the old school guys, they're gonna love the Unadilla. They're gonna love the Butts Creek, the Red Butts, things like that. You know, they're gonna love those tracks. You know, but the new school is to MX Sports is trying to promote and expand the audience of the nationals for Lucas Oil Pro Motocross. So that's what it's come down to, and you have to have that mixture, and it's a good change of pace. I mean, If we were still on the same 12 tracks we were back in 2000, wouldn't really be progression at all, So you gotta try these tracks, try to give them opportunities to make some good racing going on. So each track has made their own improvements. Unadilla. I mean, I keep bringing up Unadilla, but that's just the last brand I went to. But they make major improvements every year. To bring in, to at least facilitate everything from the TV crew to announcing to, I know they have a team manager meeting every year because they have a special tower basically built for for team managers to go and do their meetings and stuff, for a special meeting like this, that's where everyone will be at. So, and a lot of them have made upgrades. Some have been pretty, stagnant, things like that. But there's always room for improvement, and that's what hopefully will balance out all the tracks eventually, But as far as the racing, I mean, it will always be good as long as tracks are good, and obviously even mud races are exciting too. So it's just that's outdoor motocross. It's muddy or it is what it is. So, but yeah, it'll be good and interesting overall. So.
Yeah, personally, I think the track was awesome. I've ridden a lot worse motocross tracks. I mean, elevation-wise, they make elevation with the hills. I think the track, the way it looks and flows is motocross. Obviously, the dirt is horrible. And I don't know, like what Maddie said, I don't know what they're going to be able to do about that or if they can do anything about that. In the long run, you would think they'd be able to bring in dirt from somewhere in Utah's got to have decent dirt. But overall, Donington Park for the Motocross of Nations that one year is the same deal. It looked awesome. That French Accorda, that Italy Motocross of Nations, they did the same thing and the track looked awesome. I mean, Chase, what do you say to the guy that says there's no elevation so it's not motocross? They're ruining. MX Sports is ruining our sport.
I don't know. I don't want to be that guy trying to tell him that, to be honest.
Yeah, no.
No, I mean, I thought the track it was leaps and bounds improvements from last year. So I mean, if they continue to keep improving in the way that they did from year 1 to year 2, I mean, I think that they could have a good facility there. But I was a little bummed on the short lap times. I can't remember exactly what they were, but I mean they were sub 2 minutes. So on motocross track, I definitely want to have something that's at least 2 minutes, if not like 2:15 or something, if possible. So I like the longer laps. So that was kind of a bummer, but like I said, I mean I thought that the guys did a good job making improvements, and look forward to seeing what they do in the future. I was a little surprised though that on the schedule. I would think it would make more sense if possible to go from like Hangtown to Utah to Colorado.
Yes.
But it looks like now they've got, Unadilla, Utah, and then Indiana. It's like going all the way, across the country again. I don't know. And there's like, I don't think there's any weeks off in between there either. So I was a little surprised on that, so I don't know if you guys wanted to touch base on the schedule, but that I just thought I'd bring that up because I thought that was kind of strange. But I mean, facilities like that have events going on throughout the year, so maybe it was a weekend that they couldn't fit it in, or some of the other facilities couldn't get bumped back a week or whatever. So
yeah, it's always weird. They always do Minnesota to Washington, back to New York, then back to Utah. And I don't know how a privateer or just anybody could really pull that off. It's got to be nearly impossible for a lot of those guys riding right out of a van.
Yeah, it should be a privateer, private jets. I don't know. Someone's got to start a business up or something. I don't know. But that's what probably need for those last 4 or 5 rounds. So
they don't make it easy. That's for sure.
No,
I mean, it's everybody. Obviously following the whole series, that's going to be, that's the big hurdle to go over, and it's kind of tough that way because you look at say you're a factory team and stuff. You're going from 17 rounds of Supercross, and then you got your 12 rounds of Nationals coming up, and you end out the series like that, and you've already done 17 Supercrosses. there's a lot of cost involved there. So so if you look at it that way, it's and especially for even a privateer, I mean it's it's the police, it's tough all around, and hopefully things are getting better overall, hopefully economy-wise, I think. So we'll see. But I mean, if that's the way the schedule's going to be, then that's fine, But we'll see. We'll see how it works out. Hopefully, there's still a lot of races that go to them and stuff. I mean, even there's still a lot of races that go to these, try to qualify too. There's at least over 60, 70 at least go. Most of the races, it seems like, or 50 or so. So it's not too bad at all.
Did you do every outdoor this year, Matty?
Nah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you?
I haven't missed one since Washougal 2012.
Did you do mostly the factory style airplanes?
No.
Or were you privateering and doing in the Candyman's van or motorhome?
I kind of just wung it. I've been winging it for the last few years.
Yeah.
Kind of fun that way. I don't know. Like Indiana, I rented a car and just drove out by myself. I flew out to Salt Lake and back. I borrowed a guy's Sprinter van and drove it from Hangtown back to SoCal and then across to Colorado and then cross country. Yeah, I did the dirt candy thing, going out west. I did. I just kind of. I'm lazy. I don't know. I'm lazy. That's all it comes down to. I'm not good at planning things. So I just all of a sudden it's like, no, I forgot to book a flight, and then I look at it and it's like $600, and I'm like, oh God, I'm so stupid. I didn't teach that in high school. Idiots.
I guess one more thing to talk about before we head into the off season is the rookies that debuted at Unadilla and rode the last 3 or 4. We had Aldridge, Hampshire, Rensland, and Gaines were the main guys, and at the end it looked like Mitch Payton was the smart guy in all this with Aldridge. I guess he scored 64 points, finished 21st. He'll probably have a number similar to, I guess with the 250s being counted at Supercross, it'll be down in the 60s. But he showed improved. Chase, what do you think about Aldridge this weekend? He went 5'8" overall.
Yeah, awesome. Good job for him. He's definitely been the most impressive. I've been really impressed with Nick Gaines the last 2 nationals. I don't think he did Unadilla, but he was pretty strong in Indiana, and he went 17-14 Utah for 15th overall. So, I mean, that's freaking awesome for him. So, I mean, Hampshire, he was kind of a little bit of a disappointment for me. I really thought that he was going to be the one that was, leading the way. But, right now it looks like Aldridge kind of had the upper hand on those guys. And I think that they were saying that he was coming off of a broken collarbone or something right before Loretta's. So, he, maybe there he wasn't 100% and having a little bit extra time off. And, maybe that healed up a little bit better and came into the last 3 nationals swinging, and it was awesome to see. So good for him. Everybody says he's a good kid. So it'd be cool to get him on the show or to be able to interview him at some point. So everybody says he's a good interview. So
you think Nick Gaines did enough to get a ride for next year, or Rensland for that matter? I mean, we know Hampshire's and Aldridge are set up.
I don't know.
Oh, we have a hand.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm not sure.
What do you think, Matty?
Traders.
I think Rensland will be back on the Traders, but
No, other way. Nope.
you think Gaines is going to be on the?
Gaines is on Traders.
Oh.
Sounds like they want him. Obviously, they want him.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you want him?
Yeah.
I don't know if it's officially they're gonna. Oh, he signed for 2015, but I know they'd like him. I
don't know why I was thinking Traders and Cycle Trader, or what's Rock Rivers? Is it Cycle Trader?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I was getting that confused for a minute. Sorry.
I thought about that.
But yeah, I mean, I think I could see Rensland back on the Rock River Cycle Trader Yamaha, but I have no idea where Gaines is gonna go.
Traders.
Yeah, we're thinking we've been hearing Traders, so that might be a possibility. I mean, he was with them for those rounds there, so so it should be good.
It seemed like it worked out well, and I mean those guys work freaking hard too. So
Yeah.
they got a cool program.
Yeah, I mean they're looking for they're looking for better riders definitely, and I know they got some scopes on some other riders, so we'll see. We'll see.
Nah.
A lot of talk going on, so.
Looks like they'll have games.
Are they gonna do Supercross next year, like full on, or
they did Supercross this year too?
Yeah, but I don't think they did full on though.
No, they only had
East rounds.
Yeah, they just did East Coast stuff. Well, they had Archer doing it. Schmelian didn't come back until halfway through.
Yeah.
They didn't have Duffy, but they had wages.
A little bit, yeah.
Because he did do a couple, but they did Arena Cross and they got a title there with Archer.
Yeah.
But
and then they hopped into
imagine they're gonna
Supercross.
go for it, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, they were gonna do it anyway with Schmelian, but he got hurt.
Gotcha.
And he got so injured that even their team manager was saying it's a year-ending injury. So him coming back this summer was really, really good for them. So I imagine they want to do Supercross.
And Brock was still riding injured. He wasn't fully healed.
No,
yet,
honestly, the way he was last year he was top 15 or almost top 15. He was on that cusp of the cusp.
Yeah, good wording.
Good wording.
Well, I mean, the 250s are over. Jerry Martin's obviously the biggest surprise of the year. Who disappointed you guys this year? Who did you expect to show up but didn't show up? With me, it's Dean Wilson's got to be my pick. I mean, I expected him to be the championship, and even when he came back after his injury, we didn't see him on the podium at all. Matty, who do you think you thought we'd get more out of this year?
Maybe I go with me first. Can it be 250 or 450?
You can go either way. I'm cool. Who did you think?
Man.
So you more options now.
Yeah, that was stupid of me to say that. What? Who do you think?
Who do I think?
Think for a while. That's a tough one.
I think who?
Pastrana.
Yeah. Still waiting. He's gonna come back. He'll come back.
I think probably Jason Anderson. Kind of tail end of the year, season. It seemed like just where was he? And Supercross champ, right? So I mean, figured there'd be something there, but we'll see. I mean, I think last year it came down the same exact way from what I heard. As far as his season went last year, so hopefully he can turn around and obviously he'll be fired for Supercross, and hopefully he'll continue into the outdoors this year. So that's kind of the goal, hopefully for him. And it's disappointment, but hopefully you can only go up from there. I hope for him. So we'll see.
I know one. I hate to say it too because I like him so much.
I didn't mean to put you on the spot.
That's why I'm disappointed because I like him.
Yeah.
It's like a bad. Just don't want to disappoint.
Are you gonna say it or are we gonna guess?
But anyway, Bogle.
Yeah, I agree with that. I do. Yeah, I mean, he looked really strong
good
last year, towards the end of the year.
I'm actually kind of disappointed with Trey.
Why?
Am I gonna get crucified for that one? I don't know, because I just want him to win more. Like, it drives me crazy when he wins and it doesn't matter anymore. Like, those last 3 races, he was so good. Why couldn't he be so good at the beginning? Like, I just want to... I said in the van, I want him to win the title next year. I don't care.
What do you think, Chase? You got anybody you want to throw in your bus?
Not really, but I don't really think I have much of an option. So, yeah, I mean, I'm kind of with Rice. I mean, I freaking like this guy's one of my favorite riders, but yeah, I was a little disappointed kind of the entire year with Osborne. I mean, I know he. He's kind of obviously outdoors hurt. Man, I really thought this was the year that he was gonna, pick up some wins in the U.S. and man, just rough year for him. So I'm bummed for him. So I know the dude freaking works his ass off too. So it's a bummer to have those type of results. So I mean that was kind of the biggest disappointment for me, I guess. But yeah, that's about all I gotta say. I don't want to say anymore.
I think Roczen's an obvious surprise in the 450, but I think my biggest surprise overall has got to be Weston Pike. I expected him to be decent this year, and I expected him to possibly get off with, that privateer area, but I didn't expect him to be the 6th overall highest scoring 450 Supercross and Motocross combined. And now we hear he's going to JGR next year. I know it's not official yet, but I think somebody in the media somewhere dropped it that it's semi-official. So congrats to Weston Pike on that. But yeah, he was definitely my surprise of the year. That and your guys, Fast Freddy. I mean, both those guys were unbelievable.
Yeah, I mean, especially Freddy being, super surprised. Yeah, I mean, obviously we know him pretty well, so we've kind of seen him work his way up. Shit. Can't hear you. Come on, Rice. So, yeah, and Freddy, I mean, again, a surprise, best story of the year by far, for what he's done, so, and all that, so, and I agree with Pike too. I mean, I feel like it almost seemed like there was a berated type thing kind of going for him. It seemed like he got the ride, and he's like, oh, he's gonna freaking win it, and all that stuff, and obviously we didn't see that, but he still rode really, really this year, and he was very consistent. So, and yeah, he may not have got like the 4th place he got Utah last year in that flare and stuff, but he was right there, boom, boom, definitely that top 10 no matter what, and I think, for the RCH team, Soaring Eagle team that is, they're pumped on that, so I think that was a definitely good pick from them, and Weston just thumbs up, man, that was awesome.
Who are you really, really surprised with down there, Chase? Who blew you away this year that you didn't expect to?
I mean, I'd have to go probably with Freddy too. I mean, he great riding all year from him. I mean, and even to switch from KTM to Honda. Obviously, it's factory Honda, and he's got a ton of stuff that he can pick from there. But I mean, to switch brands mid-season and put the results and stuff in that he did, and it just seemed like he just got better and better every weekend too. So I mean, that was awesome to see. I mean, I know the last couple races too. I mean, he got stuck in the gate, I think, in Indiana, and came back to the top 10. And I think last weekend he ended up going down off the start with Reedy and all those guys. I think he came back to the top 10 on that race too. I mean, he put in some really, really good rides. So I mean, awesome job for him. I hope something ends up working out for him next year too. And I mean, I thought Medi did a great job too. I mean, I don't think he's gotten enough props. I mean, to come in and fill in for Factory Cowie and pretty much be in the top 10, I think, or top 10 pretty much every single moto. I mean, that was awesome. So good job from Eddie too.
Has he ever finished out of the top 5 in a series in his career outdoors?
I don't know.
I mean, the guy's just solid. I don't.
Christ, it's okay.
I want to change my disappointment.
Well, we're going to ask about 450. So you want to talk about 450s, or you want me to go with someone else first, Manny?
No.
Disappointment.
I want to say James Stewart. Why? Is that not everyone's biggest disappointment right now?
I'm just wondering where he is, what's going on. It's radio silence over there. Yeah, it's a huge disappointment. Both the Stewarts.
I'm
not Ronnie,
man. I want to see him ride. He killed it at High Point.
Both the Stewarts. I don't know what happened. Who's your biggest disappointment in the 450s? You think there, Chase? Who did you expect to do it? I mean, you got a few that I think Albertson might be, just because I wanted him to do so good, and he just never came around. What do you think?
That was kind of actually who I was looking at on the results sheet. Man, it just seemed like he struggled all year. I mean, he was right around the 20th or 17th range the whole year, and I thought really towards, I don't know, he switched bikes too. I mean, the transition didn't seem to go as smooth from, the Honda to the KTM as it did from the KTM to the Honda with Noren. Obviously, Noren was switching to factory equipment, so I mean that had to help. But man, I don't know. I really thought that Jimmy was gonna be closer to the top 10 range, and really all year he really wasn't. So I mean it sucks, and you just don't know. I mean with all this year with him hopping in a van pretty much with his brother and going to all the rounds, I mean, did that, just take it out of him? And was it coming into the weekends just, worn out from the entire week of, driving or traveling and, doing that whole ordeal? So you just never know. So, I mean, it's a bummer, though. I mean, Jimmy's a really cool dude, and it sucks seeing him back there kind of struggling a little bit. So,
does Jimmy ever get back to, I guess Mathis said it best, Privateer Island? Do you see Jimmy ever getting back into a big rig? No?
I don't know.
I mean, I think he's going to probably have the big rig again next year for Supercross, but with Crossland.
Yeah.
Yeah, it seemed like he could, a lot of motorsport support, there.
Yep.
So hopefully, hopefully their relationship continues there and stuff. I think Jimmy's a good spokesperson all around for everything. He's always has that fun attitude around the track always and stuff. Even the Banquet I heard he had, very much entertaining. So
he's very entertaining.
So yeah, I mean,
he's good with the media.
Having Jimmy around is always a plus, definitely. So it's all good.
Can you elaborate on that entertainment, Maddie? Anything you can tell watchers?
As I said to Oz, everybody was dressed up semi-nice, at least clean. Even our part, we changed. Georgia was looking pretty good. She had a nice white dress, and Jimmy and Greg showed up in the trucker hat on backwards like meow, and the matching overall FMF T-shirts.
Ronnie Mac, yeah,
nice.
That matched their pants, and then they had those big, thick, massive redneck camo boots. And they got up and just walked straight through the middle of the tables. Went to the bar, and then walked right back through the middle. It was awesome.
That is awesome.
It was one of the best things that happened.
Yeah, I think just for that reason, like you guys talking about, I think Jimmy will end up somewhere. He's too well liked. He's a Nick Way type. I mean, someone's gonna pick him up, give him a bike, put a camera with him, and follow him for the season.
It's the best thing you could do.
Yeah. I think Jimmy will be all right. But when we come back in Anaheim 1 next year, it's getting pretty obvious that we're not going to see the number 1 plate there. I guess the biggest bench race question and discussion right now is RV to the GPs for next season. I didn't believe it until I saw it type thing, because, I mean, he did say he was going to race outdoors, didn't show up, said it a week later, back and forth. But I'm truly starting to believe this is going to happen, despite, a lot of people thinking it might not. What do you guys think about it? We'll start with Matt Wozni, and does he dethrone Caroli if he does do this?
Well, it'll be interesting. I mean, it's hard to bet against RV, definitely, but Caroli's won the MX1 title. I guess eight
would be 8.
Going to be 8, I guess, titles up there. So as far as experience in those tracks, Caroli's doing it by a lot. It's almost, I don't want to put like an analogy here, but it kind of seems like, Alessi going to Canada and then RV going to GPs, it seems like that almost the same type of level, I mean, you go up to, for Alessi to Canada, it was like Fasciotti and Medaglia and, all those guys up there, that know the tracks really. Schneider's the U.S. rider, knows the tracks up there too as well. And that's always a benefit, it seems like. And so RV is going in a clean slate, pretty much just whatever he knows, from those tracks right off the bat from qualifying, But again, there is more track time before the motos, pretty much. So it may not even be a factor when you come down to it that way. So I definitely running. I think there's probably some, there's also the energy drink war on the side of that too. Where you have obviously Monsters, the title sponsor of the GPs at least, and their logos everywhere on that. And it's been MX1, MX2. It's been Red Bull riders that just been topping it. With Hurlings and Caroli. So, I mean, there might be that angle of it too, but it won't be easy for RV. It won't. It's not like it's obviously 17 races versus what, almost 30 races, pretty much. For the U.S. and stuff. So, 32, whatever it is. So it's going to be, obviously a lot easier that way. But you're dealing with there's a whole lot more travel to deal with. So I don't see it being as easy walking away. If it does happen like that, he's that good, obviously. So, I don't know. I really don't know. We haven't really seen someone from the U.S. who's been as dominant as RV come over to Europe like that and show, see what they got. I mean, obviously we see it from the other way around, but I don't know. It makes GPs very interesting, and obviously you have a lot more Americans tuning in, and people actually knowing what GPs are and how they're run here. So I think it'll be good. Even in Canada. I mean, with Alessi going over there, it was more interesting knowing what was going on with them and stuff up there, and to get more interest there. So I think it'll be good for everybody involved. So it'll be interesting.
Yeah, just looking at the schedule, there's 5 or 6 new venues next year too that nobody knows. So there's that. That's huge. There's only, I believe, one deep sand track next year at Lommel. And I guess if RV moves there, they're saying he's got a house somewhere near Lommel, so I think he'll be beating that track up pretty good. And I think, our RV is good in the sand. I think if RV was there in Lommel, we might have done a little bit better. I don't see anybody beating RV, but Caroli's won 6 straight now, MXGP titles, MX1, whatever you want to call it.
Yep.
That was tough to say. But I can't see anybody beating RV. I can't see Caroli being able to adjust to the intensity of RV. RVs, from the minute it drops in the GPs, they tend to kind of they're not balls out the whole race.
Yeah, that's more of an endurance type, but they pace themselves out throughout the race. So I understand.
Yeah, and I don't know if RV is going to conform to that, or if RV is going to force them to conform to his style. So it's going to be interesting to watch, and like you said, there's going to be a lot more interest. It is the World Championship, and whether Americans are into that series or think it's real, it's not a second-rate series. It's the best from everybody that's not in North America for the most part, other than Australia. They come here, but everybody else that's fast goes there. I think it's not just gonna be Caroli. I think that's gonna be giving him trouble. I think there's more than just Caroli, but obviously the big fight is them two. But you got DeSalle, you got Barbashev, you got Van Horbeek, who's had an awesome season. And every one of these riders is not going to want the champ to come over. So it's going to be tough. I think he's going to have to deal with some people taking him out possibly. I don't care who he is. There's going to be people that do not want an American to win. I mean, what do you think about this, Chase? Does he beat him? Is he faster than him?
Wait, is RV faster than Tony, or?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think so, personally, but I think there's some tracks, obviously, that would favor Tony, and Lommel being one of them. But I think for the most part, RV, I think would probably be able to, handle Tony at the other, rounds. But that's just my opinion. I've kind of stayed out of the GP scene the past couple of years. I might end up stop boycotting MX life or whatever it is. I don't even know now because they made me so mad.
You're getting forced back into it. You have no choice.
So if he goes over there, I might have to end up purchasing that subscription again. Sorry, Fly or something. But no, it'd be awesome. But I'm kind of with Matt. With the with them having qualification races and stuff, I think that plays a huge factor. And even if RV doesn't really know the track very well, he can kind of go in there, have that qualification race and some free practice before or whatever, and adjust to it from Saturday to Sunday pretty well. So I'm with him on that aspect. I don't think that's going to be that big of a problem for RV. So the other way around, whenever they go GPs to AMA, it's just so much shorter track time, and the guys struggle with it. So, but I don't think the other way around you're going to see that too much. So, but you can't really count Tony out either. So he's tough. He's consistent. He doesn't miss a lot of races, or doesn't seem to normally have too many DNFs. I think he had a couple this year, but I'm pumped for it though. I mean, I'd love to see it happen just because everybody else is always talking AMA versus GP. So let's have it this one year, settle the score, and see what happens.
Canada. I had to throw it in there a little bit.
Easter Island.
You are bought and paid for. You get invited up there once, do one big race, and now you're practically Canadian now, Matt.
Yeah, slightly, yeah. I gotta get my purchase of Molson's more. I gotta start.
He's already on with the Tim Hortons.
Oh, Tim Hortons is freaking amazing, by the way. I love it. So.
I did think that shot was really funny that he took with that Tim Hortons cup on the track.
Yeah, that was
pretty fun.
like Canadian.
He's been saying everything's kilometers per hour.
Yeah, like 100 kilometers an hour. I mean, that's awesome. I mean, which is what 65 anyway or something.
Yeah.
So it's nothing crazy.
He
but
drinks maple syrup.
He's already writing propaganda for the CMR.
No.
Yep.
No. No. Hey.
Yeah, see.
Time to boot in the house, Jim.
Yep.
Back on the MXGP, they got a week off, and Caroli's going into, I guess, where is it? Trinidad, the next race?
Why would they go?
Elias?
Oh, I don't know. I haven't.
What is?
I don't know.
What?
One thing is, my geography is going to get a lot better with Ryan racing over there. But,
yeah, I think everyone in the U.S. will actually get smarter. It'll be good. It'll be interesting.
Or more frustrated.
Or more frustrated that they don't know simple geography. So.
Well, the MXGP, the state of Goiás, is in a week or so, and Hurlings now has 57 points over Tixier. Broke his femur something like July 25th or 28th or something, right around a month ago. And there's talk, I mean, it's a week and a half out now or 10 days out, and there's talk that Hurlings is going to line up. What's this bet you have, or what's going on, Matty? You seem upset.
Yeah. I made a bet. Right after Hurlings broke his femur, a Jersey rider, Jesse Pierce, and I made a little Twitter bet. And it was basically like because we're from Jersey, it was just nonstop like, he's still gonna win it. No, he's not. Shut up. And he was like, $60 says he's gonna win it. And I was like, make it 80. I bet you Jordy takes it. And so far, it's been looking pretty good. I went by math on this one. As I hold a bottle, I'm gonna break a bottle over Jesse Pierce's head.
We'll edit that out.
No. The promise.
Well,
So,
57 points.
And I don't have anything against Hurlings. He's awesome. He's crazy. But I think Jordy deserves it. He rides great.
You got money on the line. That's
And
why.
I got money on the line,
Yeah.
so I'm very biased right now. I want Jordy Tixier to win it.
All right. Well, if he goes, Jordy Tixier goes 1-1, and I believe there's only because they're going over to Trinidad, and there's not a lot of riders heading there. I think there's like 18 riders heading over there, and
Trinidad.
two of them are locals. So you got the local Johnny that's like basically a C rider at the I was gonna say a C rider at Loretta's, not even a C rider at Loretta's, a local C rider. So he's gonna beat at least two guys. So he gets pretty much 4 points just lining up. So that's 8. It's gonna be tough. And then he's got 2 weeks or a week and a half, or 2 weeks or 3 weeks before Mexico. So I think you're in trouble, Matt.
I thought we only had one left.
No, you too.
No.
You got to research before you get these money bets, man. Come on.
I'm stupid anyway. I don't even know why I make bets. Duh.
Well, it's not
Lose anyway every time. Good thing I don't have a kid. Or any kid. Or maybe I did. And I lost him a
It's
bit.
not a bad bet. I mean, who puts Hurley on a bike a week after he breaks his femur? I couldn't
Not
see.
not someone smart.
Yeah, no.
AKA who put him on that Super Mini. Everts. He's gonna call everyone out.
So yeah, we got that going, and then Hurley can clinch the MXGP championship, his 6th straight, 8 total. He's got 81 points for Van Orbeek. He's basically got to just finish like 3rd, and he clinches the title in the first moto.
Nice.
So that's pretty much all the MXGP going, and then we got the Motocross of Nations on September 28th with Jeremy Martin, Ryan Dungey, and Eli Tomac. Is anybody
Alex
a little
Martin.
close that it's not Canard?
What?
What do you think, Chase?
No, I don't know. I mean, Eli came back, and I think he podiumed. Did he podium every single round that he was back?
He's never landed off the podium on a 4th.
Yeah, I'm fine with him. I mean, like I think that's awesome to come back for 4 rounds in and be on the podium every single time. So, I mean, Trey towards the end of the season started to seem like he was turning it up a lot and won 4 of the last 6 motos. But I mean, at the time, I think Eli was kind of the smart bet, and I don't know. We'll see.
Bottom line is there's no team that can race us if we just keep it on 2 wheels. I mean, we're sending an awesome team. We got to get this Chamberlain Cup back. 2 years in a row is just stupid. Shouldn't happen. So you going over to Latvia there, Matty, to do some shooting?
No.
You're not sending him, Matt? Come on.
No. I'm actually going. As I heard this week, I'm actually going to a of Nations race, but it's not motocross. So
Supermoto.
I am going Supermoto of Nations. I'm going to. So I heard that this week. So I'm not final details yet, but it looks like I'm going. So it's pretty cool.
Who are our representatives at the Super?
We have actually it'll be 5 riders going over. 2 of them are backups. 3 are the main riders. This is to get at least kind of give a little prelude to what the state of the riders are. I think this is like the 6th or 7th year of this Supermoto of Nations race. FIM runs it and everything else. And this is the first year that the USA is sending a team to this race. So this is the first time U.S. has been involved in the Supermoto of Nations. So with that said, the team is going to be Johnny Lewis, who's he's actually from Pennsylvania, he's a little in our area, and he's been a factory supermoto racer for KTM a number of years ago. He's been a flat track champion. He's won Daytona. He's done really well in that sport as well. So he's good on and off the road. Also, we have Gage McAllister is another rider that's doing on the team for Team USA, and Monty Frank is another rider as well. That'll be the 3-man team. There's one rider I forgot the name of it off the top of my head right now, and then Eric Stump's another rider who does really well as well at Supermoto. So it should be it's the best lineup I think we've got. I think with the help of the AMA, and North American Supermoto Championship as well as Supermoto East Coast kind of converged and kind of brought including Eyeball as well. Eyeball is the kind of design company kind of behind the series as well, kind of all coming together to bring a U.S. team over there. So it's definitely, obviously, it's hopefully kind of gained some steam and kind of coming back a little bit. But yeah, I'll be out there covering the race, doing that. It's like a 4 or 5 day trip out to Italy. I've never been to Europe, so it's definitely experience that way. But still got a job to do out there, so it'll be a lot of fun. And yeah, it's interesting, and I think it's actually the 2nd weekend in October. It is is when the race is. So it should be good.
It's an all-expense paid trip for you.
So I've been told.
Oh, right.
So as of now, but anyways, yeah, it should be a good trip. Looking forward to it.
Those Euros take their Supermoto series too.
Yeah, they are definitely got us ahead. I think in Supermoto wise, I think and. But as far as the team goes, from what I hear, it's a solid team. I know Johnny Lewis really well for a bunch of years, so I know he's definitely the top. I mean, we actually had a Supermoto race at Blue Diamond. And he pretty much just won everything there. So So he's definitely a good pick there, and he's hardworking, family man type of rider. He's good all around. So
Yeah, how old is he now? He's been at it forever.
60.
not that old. I think he's the same age as me. I think he's like 28, 27, something like that. So something around here. So, but he's a younger guy. He's a younger guy. I'm assuming the same age as me. I think so. But yeah, he's definitely, I think he's definitely excited about being able to represent the USA in an event like this. So,
Yeah.
really good.
Nice. Nice. And then I guess last we'll wrap it up with maybe some silly season talk. Anything you guys know?
That there's could be a lot of people on different bikes and different colors going A1 or Monster Cup, pretty much. So, yeah. Do we want to go by brand or I don't know? It's gonna be a lot, I guess.
God.
Yeah, just the basics. I mean, last I heard, Han and Millsaps at Kawasaki, Baggett possibly looking at Yosh now. I know I tried texting him and finding out and couldn't get anything from him definitive. Pike to JGR with Barsha. Dean Wilson over at Factory KTM with Ryan Dungey. What else we got going?
Well,
Cole Steely, Honda.
Cole Steely Factory Honda, but I like to focus KTM a little bit. I mean, obviously, too, you mentioned Dungey and Wilson. Definitely sounds like Marvin will be back, obviously, on the 250, I would think. And then, do they have a fourth rider, as far as we know, or no?
Justin Hill's been brought up.
So what?
Oh, there you go.
What?
Really?
I heard a bunch of Euros that might be coming.
Or at least one or something. Or
Well,
two.
Tonus is definitely coming over. He signed with Mitch, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I heard another one, but I heard it was like, oh, he might go to Geico or he might go to KTM. And then...
Was it Ferrandis?
No, it was Faber.
I'd like to keep Roman over here. That guy's
right. He's sick.
Yeah, he's got sick style.
Good job, bro.
Yeah, he was on the Husky this year, wasn't he?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, and then speaking about Husky, I mean, Rockstar Husky team is going to be Osborne, Davalos, Anderson on the 450, and then there's definitely more.
Yeah, I think there's one more.
And Savache gets to go in Geico or Pro Circuit, one of them two, I think. So from what we've been hearing, so
there was another person to JGR, wasn't there?
there was two, I think that was it.
Yeah,
Pike and Barsha.
Barsha and Pike.
Yeah.
We mentioned that, yeah.
Yeah.
I know I was forgetting something.
Yeah, so I put it this way, who is staying on the same brand, let's say, for next year?
Tomac, right?
Yeah.
Oh, Mac, okay.
Canard.
We got Grant going over to CR2. Yeah, at a discount tire.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a lot more switching than usual, I think. But
Reed's just gonna ride every bike just because he feels like it.
yeah,
Why not?
pretty
Yeah,
much.
Where does Weimer end up, guys? Does he ride next year?
Weimer.
Does he
I
have?
heard he's going to BTO.
I don't know. I've heard that's been mentioned, but yeah, I've heard nothing's done too. He's one of those guys you just know if he can just stay healthy, it's gonna be. I mean, he's podium in Supercross.
I mean, he was top 5 outdoors last year, I think, Weimer. So I mean,
he's solid. He's just gotta get a good
this year did not go well for him. Let's just put it that way. He wished 2014 never happened. So that's basically what it is for the Weimer, and hopefully someone can give him that opportunity and kind of prove that he can still be up in there in the running. So, but 2014, just forget it this year and not this year. Simple as that.
the worst time to have not.
Sipes find something after these rides. He's got some 250 eligibility. I hear he's throwing his hat back in the ring.
Sipes does?
Yeah, I hear he's shopping for a 250 ride.
That's interesting.
That could be interesting. Who else is riding a 250 next year? There's someone else I heard going down too. Oh,
Going down?
not Christian Craig. Somebody else. I lost my train of thought.
Tommy Hahn?
Tommy, yeah, that's it. Tommy Hunt.
Shot in the dark, all right.
Yeah.
Oh. What's your buddy Tommy Week? What's he? Anything going on with him or?
Yeah, Dan.
Nothing.
Damn.
Nothing. I think he's going to get a one-race deal for Washugo for next year.
Yeah.
Put in a real solid performance.
Oh, what about Hansen?
Oh, yeah.
What's going on with Hanny?
I know Motorsport has been trying to do something with him.
God, I want to see
That could turn into something. And I actually heard, don't be surprised if possibly, he's riding for Michigan as a 5th rider. I know.
Third time's a charm.
Yeah, I know.
Third?
Is this third or maybe fourth?
Fourth? I don't know. But hey, for Handy though, I hope he can,
I hope he gets on Mitch's bike.
Yeah, it seems like he can, definitely, he's an awesome rider.
Yeah.
And I think he's had plenty of opportunities before, and from interviews I've seen, it seems like he understands that he blew him and stuff, and that's, it's the way it is, and he wants to kind of get back at it, and and remember he was saying, he's like, I'm available for a ride, I'm working hard and doing all that. So
what if J-Law just came back?
I would totally approve.
That'd be awesome.
I would totally approve, and anything that happens, just let him do what he's got to do, and that's it, and I'm cool with that. J-Law back is definitely a good thing.
I don't think he's coming back.
Hey, he's having fun. As long as he's having fun, that's all that matters.
He said something about Loretta's 2015 for 25 plus.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome. I'd just love to see him out there. I love
the dude has got the most natural talent I've seen of any rider. I still tell it to people like that. Like it's unbelievable how much talent that kid's got, and he's just an unbelievable rider, no doubt about it. And that's how it is. That's how he is. He is. I even got quoted in Racer X saying this. He's the Riddler, pretty much. You don't know what he's gonna do. That's how he is, and that's fine. Simple as that. But I mean, amazing rider. Probably even see him local tracks and racing and stuff. And I mean, I've raced against him a couple times locally in Englishtown, and dude, it's just unbelievable.
I'll tack a couple more bench racing questions before I let everyone go. But who this year we had two incredible rookies with Tomac and Roczen, who both did almost won both championships or won races in both championships. Mm-hmm. Who's that guy next year? We have Anderson, Wilson, Seeley as I think the main guys, possibly even Baggett. But of the three we know, Wilson, Seeley, Anderson, who does better on the 450?
Yeah, I mean, obviously Seeley's kind of proven it so far in the fill-in races he's done. He's been podium third at one round, I think, or something. So he's kind of been like the rider right now. Anderson on the 450. Loretta's? That's all I know as far as his 450 experience. So
yeah,
that's again shot in the dark. He may be freaking unreal. I don't know. We'll see. But I like Seeley at the moment, as of right now, as of August 28th. So we'll see.
I like Wilson.
Yeah, I'm with you, Matty. How do you think Wilson's going to do? I mean, we know what he did this year on the 450.
He'll do good. He'll do really good. I just think he's going to do good. I like his style. He's a nut job. That's always good.
What do you think, Chase?
I mean, Seeley's proved it. Obviously, podiumed at Indiana last year. I don't know. I think that Roger's going to be good for Dean. I think Dungy's going to be good for Dean. Having Dungy as your teammate, that dude's just, unreal with his focus and his training. So I think that, would be good to rub off on Dean. Not to say that Dean doesn't, train hard or anything, because he does. I mean, he went out and hired, Hughes and stuff last year. But I think Dino, just on the big bikes, I just think it's going to help him out so much more, because, he's a freaking big dude. He is, 6'1" or so, maybe 6'2". I don't know. He freaking a lot taller than me. I'm only 5'11", so I think the 450 power is going to be good for him, and it'd be interesting to see. I think that, I don't know. I mean, and Anderson's just kind of the wild card, because we really haven't seen him in the pro ranks on a 450. So like I think Maddie said, he could come out and be freaking amazing. So be interesting to see. So, but I don't know. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say Dino's gonna be the guy that does the best.
Yeah, I agree. I just think Dino's got the raw speed. And that's what I think is the most important thing in the 450 class. I mean, yeah, in the end, consistency and everything is what wins championships. But if you don't have that speed, and I don't know that Seeley has that speed. Of the leaders in that Indiana race that he podiumed in was kind of a weird one, where everything kind of fell into place for him. But one more thing, does Porcel end up anywhere next year, guys? Did he do enough to get a ride, and do we see him in A1?
In a race.
Porcel at A1. That's a
I don't know.
that's a headline right there if that ever existed. So
Yes.
Porcel racing A1. I'm like, okay.
I don't understand why he just can't. I mean, the guy was unbelievable in Supercross when he first came over here. I mean, he won two championships. I don't know why he hasn't gotten more of a shot, other than the fact that he's French. I mean, I don't know why he can't get a ride. I mean, the guy.
Oh, he's French. That's okay, I guess.
That's about it.
Yeah, but hey, he's kind of, I don't know, kind of reminds me of jail a little bit. You know, he runs his own program and does things a little differently, and
He's a mysterious fig.
mysterious.
All right, well, it's 8 o'clock. Is there anything else you guys want to throw down before we get out of here?
Well, that we'll be at Baja Brawl this weekend. We're actually, if you're just tuning in late in the show, or don't know why we're connected with earbuds right now,
We like to share.
no, and why we're actually in a hotel room right now in Ohio. So there you go. We're on our way down we're actually on our way to go to Baja Brawl this weekend at Baja Acres. So we'll be up there. If you guys are watching, you know, if you're gonna be at the race, stop by the van, say hello. We got stickers, shit like that. So yeah, we'll be get the cameras rolling all weekend, and then check our schedule at MXPTV.com for races that we're covering. We got you know, it's the off season for the pros, but we don't take off season lightly. So we're very busy in the off season doing a lot of cool races. Obviously, I mentioned Supermoto of Nations as well, but also we got a lot of cool races coming up. You know, we got K-Rock in October. That's always a big one that we usually always cover. And there's a lot of other races going on. Two-stroke shootout, boys and two-stroke shootout. That is in September. So a lot of cool races coming up. And I'll tell you what, it's gonna be a lot of fun. And yeah, check the site out.
Yeah, I'm going to be totally honest to all the people out there. The off-season starts, I go from following Supercross and Motocross to following MXPTV.
There you go.
I'm like everywhere.
There is no off season.
That's a true story. You guys are everywhere, and I want to know what's going on.
Yeah, and that's the thing is like we're jumping around a lot this year. Like we're doing, you know, Baja Brawl is a big amateur race and stuff. We're doing shoot, I mean, Baja Brawl is like an amateur national, working its way up to it's one of the major ones at least. There, you know, we're doing Supermoto. We're actually going to Virginia International Raceway at the end of September, covering the last round of the Supermoto East Coast Series, and then we're going back to K-Rock for Kawasaki Race Champions, and then Supermoto of Nations. I'll be going to.
Jerk.
Sorry. Then we're going right back to local races. We're going to actually the last round of the Mama Series locally in Delaware, Maryland area. And then right to mini right after that. So I mean, you know, so we're doing a bunch of different races. I mean, may throw a hair scramble in there. Who knows? I mean, we'll cover as much as we can. And
J-Day.
And or a J-Day event or something. I mean, if they're still running around that time, I think I don't know the schedule too well. I mean, I've heard a lot about that series up there as well. So the funds are good. We'll be there. So it'll be good.
All right, and also check out MotoXaddicts.com. We'll be posting a lot of his videos.
Definitely, yeah.
Definitely. Results, interviews, and of course videos from MXPTV will be on there as well. Yeah, we'll check in with you guys next week. I won't be here. I don't know if these guys will. We'll let you know. Probably Thursday. I'll be at the Seahawks opening game watching Thursday Night Football. Sorry, guys.
Ooh, that sounds pretty good.
Dork.
It does. I got free tickets. I gotta go.
All
Other than that, we're out.
right, good.
See ya.
See you guys.